Hey, my name is Mr. C, and this is the first YouTube communication about electronic cigarettes from Jollyhood TV. I want to say first off, I'm an e-cig advocate, but again, I'm not officially yay or naying certain e-cig manufacturers at this time. Of course, you're going to have your companies out there selling e-juice or e-cigs or e-pipes or anything of that sort, and they all want to find a way to save money to maximize profits. So we all need to keep our eyes open and see different information as it comes available, as well as there's companies that are trying to start from the ground up, very less costly as they can. Now, in our next episode, we're going to go deep into the blue cig, and I'm going to show you how it works. The only reason I'm not doing that now is because there's at least 5 videos on YouTube that I've personally seen that already show that, so there's really no need. Everyone really kind of gets the whole e-cig perception down packed of what it does, but I'm going to go a little more into it in our next communication. Now, as I'm not trying to market for blue, also I'm trying to show that this is from the people for the people, so that's as well as why I don't want to show it right now, but I just do want to explain the difference between blue and, like for instance, the Smoke Anywhere or Everywhere products, just to get a sense of, to inform. There's companies out there that will take your money. There's probably companies that'll take your money and won't send you anything, not even a lousy product. So let's just go more into detail. Now, the blue cig comes with 25 cartridges, a USB charger, a pack to hold them portably on the go charger blue. It flashes about 10 times consecutively to indicate the battery needs a charge, and the USB or pack charger glows blue until it's charged, as well as the tip of the blue flashes to indicate charging has begun. The blue pack itself needs to be charged to do this, and all for the price of $60.95 it finally came out to. Now, I find this very useful to maintain and save the batteries. Now, let's take your cell phone, for instance, into perspective. If you charge the battery halfway all the time or frequently, then when you want to charge it fully, it won't, because the battery is used to charging halfway. Now, my point for stating all of this is I've seen some Smoke Everywhere products being sold as Smoking Anywhere products, and I've seen them at certain malls across New York State, certain stores, cigar shops, and they're at least $150. That come with 2 batteries, 5 filters, 1 atomizer, and they sell the cartridges 5 in a pack for about $15 each and $9 online if you actually find the site. Now, an extra atomizer with the Smoke Anywhere product is about $30, and their e-cigs are really hard to pull with. Now, some products like e-cigs that have been tested find 1% of an element found in antifreeze, but have made some of them been made in China. As per Sean, the one that he came across with, when I was watching this video, one of them was from China. Now, there might be something you should look at. As before, as I said, more information becomes available. You need to know that information. I see Sean from cigg is absolutely right. I support him 100%. He's very informative. He delivers well. I personally recommend any media coming from him, and that's about it for that. Now, as for the FDA ban, we have reached out for comment, and most e-cigs company with the question, if I buy a product, will I be informed of any bans so I know to order a good amount of cartridges so I didn't acquire or use for your product I would no longer be able to use? And the most common answer back would be, we've been around for a while. The FDA has no control over our sales and distribution of our products, or doesn't oversee banning for our type of business, which does sound retarded in most cases, but at least they contacted us back. Let's see what they say to you if you try. Now, I really wanted to do an unscripted final thought about the FDA ban and my strong reasons of wanting to quit, or even if you don't want to quit and it's just your way of indulging in smoking without the smelling like cigarettes and whatever they pitch in their videos when they're selling it to you. But like, for instance, let's just say right now that I just want to light my cigarette, and I really don't feel like a whole cigarette. Maybe I just want to take 2 or 3 pulls and put it out, or smoke half of it and put it out. Now, many people do that to conserve cigarettes and whatnot, but how about the people that really just aren't looking to penny pinch, just don't want to lose money, and basically throw out a cigarette after they clipped it in half? Now, with the e-cigarettes now, you could take 3-4 pulls and throw it right in your pocket. There's no clipping, there's no smell coming out of your pocket if it reeks. They even say certain cigarettes that have been clipped and relit, since they had, the smoke flowing through them, that the carcinogenics get more high and it's more riskier to you. Now, as far as the FDA ban goes, come on, it's this compared to the blue, to even the smoking everywhere products. I mean, you are smoking nicotine. Now, you're not smoking the tobacco. Now, how about the stuff that's naturally in tobacco before they cure it? Or how about stuff that's in tobacco that's carcinogenics? You're not smoking that part. So even if they came out and said nicotine does affect you, even if you smoke it straight up or mixed with something that would vaporize, more vapor, or the vaporization way, you know what I'm saying? There's more carcinogenics in it. So what can they probably hit at? You know what I mean? So my question is what are they gonna have? What are they gonna do? Are they gonna make up stuff and come out and say, well, we're banning this because of this, or like we all have that thing on our head now. If one kid grabs a hold of one of those e-juice bottles and gets sick, and it's on the news, and that happens, and I know everybody's scared about that. Sean mentioned that. There's been a lot of people in YouTubes that mention that, and basically, that's something that would happen, because now this is something that they probably can't tax. Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms maybe be able to regulate. I know there's some laws. They're gonna have to build some laws around this. They're gonna have to, accept it into the lifestyle. They can't just throw it over a counter and say you could only sell this for smoking cessation, and you can't share this with nobody. You can't give it to nobody. If you're a company, you can't sell it to nobody without a prescription. And then the potential of people quitting cigarettes without even knowing, because they're smoking the e-cigarette, or any different or variety of way that the e-cigarette would be utilized and used. It would affect a million people down the road, even for people not using them. For instance, if you move into an apartment, there might have been a previous e-cigarette smoker. Yes, he was a smoker, but again, these smoke vapors that come out aren't damaging to your paint, to your clothes, to your hair, to your fingers, to your pockets, to that tobacco in your pocket that you have to brush out once a week or every day. You know what I mean? It's very different. It's a different perspective. It's wonderful. It's a good way for people to quit. People who have been smoking for 30 years, 20 years. I've been personally smoking for 13 years. I haven't really tried them. I've done my research on them first. I've tried them, but I haven't used the blue every day or the smoking everywhere every day. I wanted to do my research. I wanted to see if I could keep getting these cartridges, if I could still get this e-juice, if I could still do this, because now you get yourself involved in something, and then you're smoking cigarettes back, but you just wasted $150, $200, $60, whatever. Now, I personally recommend the blue as an all-around basic way to indulge in the e-cigarette lifestyle per se without spending too much money. There's about 100 different types probably. There's a couple scams out there with the get the e-cig free. They charge you $90, so it comes out to $100. And basically it's not a free trial. It's just a whole pitch line, and you really have to read the fine print. I suggest finding those sites backed by the Better Business Bureau. You got a site that was recommended to me with the Johnson's Creek. They're actually now working with Blue. They're not affiliated or anything like that, but they're working with Blue, and they're providing the flavors for Blue in that variety pack, I guess, that they send out with the 25 free cartridges with the starter kit. Now Johnson's Creek's easy. They're even backed by the FDA. So, for instance, I think this might be something that's winning. Now, my final thing that I will say is, if they're thinking about evaluating the e-cigs to see how they are, Why don't they reevaluate cigarettes and how they're made? And why don't they put regulations of how much stuff they could put in? Remember, the key component to cigarettes is just nicotine. Now, how they bleach the tobacco, how they do whatever process they do, should be closely looked to and maybe revised. And maybe they should think about banning these big boys. And if you still want to get your nicotine fix, buy an e-cig. This is C for Jollyhood TV.